everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Nicole and I'm a part-time reseller on POSHMARK, and today I'm here to talk about something that is going to be game-changing for your small business, especially this summer. Now, we all know it's slow during the summer on POSHMARK. It's called the summer slowdown, and if you're new to POSHMARK, it's really slow during those summer months, but then it does pick up in the fall. But something that I'm going to recommend that you do is what I'm going to talk about in this video, and this is going to make it so you consistently get those sales over the summer. It's going to consistently help you just maintain your fresh closet and make sure that your closet is really getting the attention that it deserves, because I know a lot of us are busy during the summer. We all have like things going on. We all are maybe going on vacation or doing different things, so we might not have time to dedicate to our closet, but you still need to dedicate time to get those daily sales, especially while it's slow. So these are going to be tips that are going to help you do that, and they're going to be so game-changing that you need to definitely try them. And if you haven't already, this is the time to do it, especially now during those summer months. It will also just help you going into the fall and winter as well. So I just recommend doing these things in this video. So if you're curious what they are, definitely keep watching and make sure that you're subscribed so you never miss a future video that I do here on this channel. Okay, so I'm sure you're all wondering what I'm talking about and what is this big game-changing thing that you can do for your business, but that big game-changing thing is to get a VA. So I still get a lot of people that I guess are new to my channel or they're new to selling and they don't know what a VA is, so I'm going to briefly touch upon that, and I'm going to talk about what VA I have and also what it does and why it's so beneficial to have. So a VA is just an automatic service that will help you do a lot of tasks on Poshmark that you don't want to have to do, and it really just saves you so much time. And depending on what VA you have, they do cost different amounts of money. And so a lot of people ask me that in the comments. They'll ask me how much it is and, you know, whatever. Some are different prices, some are higher, some are lower, depending on if you're cross-listing too. If you're on multiple platforms, you might need a different kind of service. But I use Posher VA because I'm only on Poshmark, so it works perfect for me. And it's not that much a month. I think it's like around $25 or $26 a month. I think that's the last time I looked. But again, it's really worth it because it's less than $1 a day for it to really change the game for you and make it so you don't even have to think twice anymore. So it's definitely worth it. Now, I know there are some free ones out there, but they might not have the same kind of perks. They might, you know, not have all the same features that Posher VA has. And also, the other thing I wanted to mention is Posher VA is only on a desktop, so you can only use it on like a laptop or a desktop. You can't use it on a mobile device. I know that's kind of like one of the downsides, but for me, I have a desktop in my room that I always have running, so I just have it loaded on there and it works perfectly fine. But if you don't have a, you know, desktop or computer that you can do this with, you might need one that's more mobile, and there are definitely ones out there. I can't really recommend any because I don't use other services. I've only ever used Poshmark, or I've only ever used Posher VA, and I've had it for I think 4 or 5 years at this point, so I really haven't wanted to change. And like I said before, if you're on multiple platforms, you might need something that's going to do cross-listing and all these other activities, so you might have to look into a different option as well. I can't recommend any of those either because I'm only on Poshmark, and so I've never tried any of them, but you could definitely look them up and see which one is the best fit for you. And as I'm talking through this video and talking about the features of Posher VA and why it's so great, if you haven't already signed up for a VA and you want to try it out, you can just try it out. You can get a free trial, so you don't have to really put any money down and really see, but you can test it out just to see if it's going to work for you. You get like, I think it's 7 days or 14 days. I totally forget. It's been so long. But regardless, it's totally worth it, and it will show you just how much money and sales you could be making. I've gotten so many comments from you guys saying that you've tried it out and you started making sales right away. And we all need more sales during the summer because, my gosh, the summer is so slow. It's definitely great, and I definitely recommend giving it a try. And especially now, use that free trial during the slowest time of the year. It's going to really help you get those sales. So if you want to sign up for Posher VA, you just basically go to posherva.com and you can use my code, I'll put it here on the screen, to sign up at checkout, and you'll get a discount along with that free trial. So it'll definitely be worth it. Like, even when you sign up, you're not going to pay the full price for the first month, which is even better because then you'll get that free week and then you'll also get a discount for that first month. So you'll realize just how great it is right away, but then it'll be even discounted too, so even better. But I just want to talk about all the things that it does because, again, I think a lot of the things that a VA does for us really go overlooked, but I I love having my VA do all the hard work for me. So the one main thing that I love using my VA for is sharing. So I'm not always home, or I'm working during the day and I don't want to have to sit there and share all day. So I could just program it and schedule it and just say, hey, share my closet for me, share all available listings, and you can tell it what order you wanted to share, and you can tell it how many times you wanted to share, and you can kind of set the speed so you don't get flagged by Poshmark. And so I share it on like a slow setting, and I share my entire closet as many times a day, and I kind of leave a break in between. So it only does so many listings and then it will break, just to make sure that I don't get flagged. And again, this has just made it so easy because I could be out and about and I can not even be thinking about my VA, and I like won't even think that it's running, and I don't even have to open Poshmark to know that it's still running for me. So right there, I love that. That is just great because it shares my closet. And again, sharing is so important. That is something I can't tell you how much is so important. There are so many people that I know that don't share their closet daily, and they really wonder why they're not getting sales. You have to be sharing all the time. It's so important, especially over the summer. So this will take that away, and you won't even have to worry about that anymore because it'll do it for you. The next thing that it can do is it could do community shares for you. So the only reason I recommend doing community shares is if you're trying to become a Posh ambassador. I know that used to be a criteria, and so if you need to become a Posh ambassador and you need a certain amount of community shares, your VA can definitely do that for you. I actually have mine on auto, so it will kind of share back those people who share me. And I just like that because I'm kind of like returning the Posh love. And so I have it on auto, and then you could set like how many you wanted to auto share back. And I just love doing that. I think it's such a nice touch, and it kind of makes you look more friendly to those other people. So it's great for that as well. The next thing that it's great for is following or unfollowing people. So if you want to do that in mass quantities, you can. And you can kind of say, I want it to follow new people or new accounts, or, you know, whatever the case may be. And it could do all that for you. And so I have mine again on auto follow every single day, and then, you know, occasionally I'll use it to unfollow, but really not that often because I don't really unfollow people. But it's really nice that it can do that because I don't want to have to sit there and like follow people, and I just like following more people because I don't know, I just do. I can't really explain why, but I do like doing that. So that's another great feature that you can do with it. The next feature that I really love, and arguably I think this is my favorite feature at the moment, and I'll talk about why I say at the moment later, but basically the next feature I love is the automatic offer to likers, which I never used to use probably until about a year ago, and I realized just how game-changing it was to do. And it's like crazy because so many times I'll be out and about and I will check my phone and I'll see that I got a sale, and I'll be like, oh, when did I send out an offer? Oh, my VA did it for me while I was out. Great. So like it's so helpful that like I have it programmed to say send out offers on these prices for these ranges, and basically it knows exactly what offers I want it to be sending out. So I have it set to like under 15 it's a certain offer, 15 and to 25 it's a certain offer, and then anything above 25 is another offer. And then I also have it exclude certain items that I don't want the offer to be sent on because they're just different kinds of items. And it's so nice having the offer go out like right after I get a like. Now you can say, you know, send the offer after 5 minutes, send the offer after 1 minute, or whatever time frame you want. So I have mine set to a minute after I get the like. And I just find that's like the most important time to catch someone, you know, to make the sale. So I recommend doing it as soon as you can when you get these likes on items. But you can set it for 5 minutes, you can set it for 10 minutes, whatever you prefer. But I just think it's so helpful to do because, again, so many of these sales that I've been making, I wouldn't get if it wasn't for my VA sending out those offers because I wouldn't have caught the person in time. And just yesterday, I made 2 sales from 2 offers that were sent by my VA, and they were great offers. So I think it's just so important to have this set up because I'm making sales without even trying. And the other great thing is you can have it sending these offers all night long. So when you're sleeping and someone's like night shopping and they're liking your items, you could catch them. If you go and wait to send them an offer until the morning, they're probably gonna be like, oh, I don't want that anymore. I was thinking like, you know, I don't know what I was thinking while I was sleeping or anything like that. So it's better to just catch them while you can. And that's why sending out those offer to likers automatically is really game changing. The next thing that I used to use the VA for, which I actually haven't done in a long time, which I know this was always the big thing I swore about doing, but I just am kind of hesitant right now with Poshmark's new policy. but it is the relist feature. Now, I still think this is a great feature because if you have listings that are over 60 days, you can definitely utilize this, but just don't go overboard because you don't want to get banned or suspended or anything like that. So you can definitely still use this, and it will tell you the list date of your item now. Now, I know Poshmark has recently put out a feature where they kind of tell you the date range of when the listing was created, but if you want to know the exact listing date, Poshmark VA will tell you that, and it'll tell you if it's over 60 days or anything like that, because it'll say like listed however many days ago. So you'll know if you can relist the item or not, and then you could do a couple each day if you want to. I recommend doing that because items get stale, and when they're stale, they're not going to sell. And that also goes back to my point where I have a bunch of friends that have a bunch of stale items that they just have never relisted, and they just don't know the importance of it. And, you know, they're like, oh, these items aren't selling, they've been listed for years. And I'm like, have you relisted them? And they're like, I don't even know what that means. And that's really what's hurting the item from being seen, because it's not being put in those new items and the fresh feeds or anything like that. And you may not realize that, but it makes such a big difference on selling your items. So definitely make sure you're relisting your items and make sure that you're utilizing this feature because it's so, so helpful. Okay, so hopefully I convinced you how important having a VA is. It really takes the hard work out for you. You don't really have to focus on any of it. And I just love that. I think it's so game changing, and why would you want to be focused on sitting there scrolling through sharing all day long when you can just have your VA do it and you're never even thinking about it? It's just so nice, and I don't know why I waited as long as I did, which, I mean, I got mine a couple years back, and I mean, I haven't looked back since, but like, I know a lot of people that are like, oh, I'm waiting, and it's like, you're never gonna find the right time. Now is the right time, especially when it's slower. You want your closet having all the work done for you so you don't have to do it. And so I can't recommend a better time than now to get your VA. And like I said, you're gonna get a free week and a discount on your first month. So there really is no harm in trying it. If you don't like it after your free trial, you can cancel it. But I mean, I don't think I've ever had someone told me that they wanted to cancel it, because everyone loves how useful it is and everyone loves the sales that it generates for them. So I really recommend giving it a try. You're not gonna miss not having it once you get it. Okay, so hopefully you liked this video, and hopefully this was helpful for you, and hopefully you learned something. I definitely think you should give it a try, and let me know down below if you've signed up for a Posture VA or if you have a VA otherwise, and you know, how it works for you. I love seeing those comments down below, and sometimes that just helps encourage other people as well that are on the fence. Maybe they like seeing other people's opinions as well to see what they're saying. So if you have a VA, especially if you have Posture VA, definitely leave a comment down below talking about how much you love it, and talk about, you know, the features that you think are great. I want to know your favorite feature that Posture VA has, and hopefully this can help someone out there who's on the fence and hasn't decided if they want it yet. If you want to see another video on some reasons why your listings aren't selling and what you can do to fix those, especially now with the summer slowdown in full effect, you can click right here. And if you want to see another video on maybe how you can avoid the summer slowdown and what you can do to really maximize those sales, you can click right here. But until next time, I will see you then.